what happens, bro? They come over with their phone. They want to take a selfie. Let them take their selfie and then they'll walk away. But if you're going to walk into these situations with an attitude and then you're going to cut a promo on these people on social media, bro, you're going to have problems.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here with Vince Russo for yet another episode of Riding with Russo.
Doctor, if you can't take me seriously with these glasses, tell me, I'll take them off.
I can't take you seriously, but at the same time, it brings a layer to this show that makes
Look at it. It matches my beard and my hair.
Yeah, salt and pepper, man. Salt and pepper glasses. Yeah,
I don't think you can handle it.
No. I couldn't handle the salt and pepper glasses.
There we
go. All right, we got an interesting topic to talk about on this episode of Riding with Russo, Vince. We had Rhea Ripley recently being in being in Paris to set up for eventually she was at Raw. But while she was walking in Paris, she was catching her Uber, and all of a sudden, she's a public figure. When it comes to public figures get swarmed, and people want to take selfies with them. That's very common. And then all of a sudden, she couldn't even get in the door of her Uber, and she says this. She says, "Remember, we are people. Do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies. No one should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver's door and completely mobbed like I just experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no, WTF." So Vince Russo, she's let me put this backdrop. No security, public figure. What did she expect?
Well, there's another backdrop. There's another backdrop. This isn't the first time she's made a comment.
Correct. Also airport, yes.
She's made comments like this before. So my first question to her would be, what type of business did you think you were getting into?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got into the sports entertainment business to be a celebrity and make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
This comes with celebrity. You want your privacy and you don't want people to hound you and you don't want people to know who you are, then you're probably in the wrong business. And Chris, I got to tell you, I'm reading this comment and you know who I'm thinking of?
Who's that?
Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine what Hulk had to go through for 40 freaking years? Could you imagine what this dude went through? We are talking about 7 marks that wanted to take a selfie with Rhea Ripley. Chris, I go back, I'll never forget. When A Hard Day's Night came out, Chris, I think it came out in 64 or 65. I was about 4 years old. I saw it in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend highly for Rhea Ripley to go watch A Hard Day's Night. That's getting mobbed, okay? When 50,000 screaming women are running at you and you've got to run from the door of the hotel to the limo that's literally 6 feet and you're running for your life and women are climbing over cops.
Yes.
That's a swarm, okay? Not 7 marks with selfies. That ain't a swarm. Those are 7 marks with phones. That's what it is. But, again, Chris, I don't understand. First of all, what kind of a business did you think you were getting into? This is part of the job. Okay, that's number one. You're never going to have your privacy. You're never going to go unnoticed in public. People still notice me to this day. And guess what? I don't have a problem with it because that's kind of what I signed up for. That's number one. Number two, what was her comment? How she's giving behavior guidelines to the marks? What is she trying to tell these marks to do? What?
No one should ever be pushed up. She said, "We are people.
Yes.
For me.
Yes.
Or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies."
Yeah.
So let's dissect this for a second, Vince. A pack of rabid zombies is as accurate as you can get to a typical pro wrestling mark that's walking in their city about to host a wrestling show. I mean, like those are a pack of rabid zombies, and that's something that she should expect. I mean, and here's my thing about this, Vince. And again, I'll say I'll approach this from a standpoint of just like a humanistic perspective. I don't think I'm definitely pro Rhea when it comes to Marks, swarming her and blocking her from getting to her Uber. I get it. But here's my thing, though. This isn't something new. You already had a situation in the airport where you were swarmed. And, when you're trying to just be you and take a load off, which as a celebrity, you kind of don't do that when you don't have the opportunity while you're in public. But if you already know these quote rabid zombies are going to swarm you because they did before, why don't you have security to come alongside you and go into Uber? Because guess what happened shortly after? Roxanne Perez is finding her Uber, and guess who she has? She has security with her.
First of all, why are you taking an Uber? Okay, I'm sure there are probably at least 25 office people there. At least 25 office people there. Ask somebody from the office to pick you up. Yeah, that's number. Why in God's name are you taking an Uber in a foreign land?
From an old school perspective, wasn't it just a matter of sharing rentals with fellow wrestlers?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So either have somebody from the office go with you, either go with one of the male figures, one of the male wrestlers. Either hire a freaking bodyguard because you make enough money, or either go to your company and say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable, I need security. She's got like 4 or 5 different options rather than to cut a promo on the freaking fans that are paying her salary. And Chris, with all due respect, that was not a swarm. It was 7 guys doing this. Seven guys were doing this. That's what it was. Gee, I swear to God, bro. Seriously, what do you think? You're going to be a public figure. You're going to be out there. You're going to be making millions and millions of dollars, but everybody's going to leave you alone?
Yeah, that's
seriously, man.
And that's the thing. I mean, yeah, she did put herself in this position. It sucks that this is the atmosphere that we're dealing with, but at the same time, Rhea Ripley is not exempt from any other celebrity that walks around in public. Everybody does that, man. And it's not just a wrestling thing. It's I mean, this sucks, but daggone Princess Di got killed because of paparazzi. You know what I mean? So that sucks. But when you have people in public as a public figure, you're going to have bystanders, you're going to have media, you're going to have everybody trying to conjure your time and your space and your energy for the sake of trying to get a picture or a story or anything like that. Yeah, that's what happens with public figures, man. And that's the thing.
She's already made up her mind that anytime there's a fan base around or people around, she's going to be putting off that negative standoffish vibe. She's already made that up in her head. Chris, I swear to God, bro, I never freaking toot my horn about this. I was on TV for a while. People knew who I was. They would stop me at airports at 7:00 in the morning. They would stop me in the mall when I was shopping with my kids. I just understood, bro, that's part of the job. I'm not going to get pissed off at people because, oh my God, they're seeing somebody that they see on TV. How often does that happen to them? Never, bro. It never happens. So I understood that and I took that all into account. So what happens, bro? They come over with their phone. They want to take a selfie. Let them take their selfie and then they'll walk away. But if you're going to walk into these situations with an attitude and and then you're going to cut a promo on these people on social media, bro, you're going to have problems.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it makes me wonder psychologically if, and it definitely seems like Rhea is more introverted than, as a person. And I do understand that when it comes from a people energy perspective, actors, there's some actors who are introverted, there's some wrestlers who are introverted. It definitely seems like Rhea is introverted and then she gets into this character. I've met Rhea before. She is I've interacted with hundreds of pro wrestlers. Rhea is one of the sweetest, nicest hearts that I've ever met as a journalist. She's very sweet, and she's one of those people that you can tell that she's just to herself. She's just chill. She's just reserved. And then when she puts on this character, it's just like, and you get into Jungian archetypes when it comes to those types of characters. And it seems like this is just a version of her, kind of like a phoenix, so to speak, that you're seeing this version that goes back into the closet when she's away. So in person, it definitely seems like she's more reserved from the interaction and the talks that I had with her. Outside, we were doing media and there was a couple of people and we were just talking and just kind of shooting the breeze, away from it. And she's very nice. She's such a sweetheart. But it just makes me wonder if she just really wants her space. And I'm understanding from an introvert perspective. People energy is draining me right now. I need some time. I need a break. But you got to make appropriate reservations to get the break and not to be swarmed by these people. Have protection, just like you said. Kind of go incognito and have a rental right there. Have an Uber come straight to your hotel. There's other things that could happen versus you by yourself walking in public. What do you expect? Right. Like, is she at the point of expecting people not to walk up to her? That would be delusional. Like that. If you want to talk about what's delusional, what's actually more delusional than thinking that rabid zombies shouldn't come to you and swarm you? The more delusional thing is thinking that they won't. And that's the thing with someone like a Rhea Ripley. You should never expect like normalcy when it comes to pro wrestling, Marks. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as normalcy here. That.
Especially in a foreign country.
Exactly.
Where they never see you. You're never over there. In the States, it's a little different, man. You may go back to the same arena in 3 months. We're talking about Paris, France, where you're never at.
Yeah. This is potentially a once in a lifetime opportunity to take a picture with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so if with a lot of these pro wrestling marks, they're in Paris, they're like, oh, once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm going to take a picture either now or never. I'm going to take it. I'm going to blow it up. And it's if I have to stop her from going into her Uber, which I think is still weird. If I have to stop her from going to her Uber, I'm going to take a picture to blow up, and once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's where we are with Rhea Ripley.